y'all, come on in.
We have an exclusive today from Holy Caw and the Razor Company.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why, come on in the live chat. Join the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too. And what is our mention today?
Our mention today is our TRC bowl that we got. It's unbreakable, and it was on sale during Black Friday, and as soon as we saw the purple, we had to have
Y'all,
it.
and at $4.99 when these things go on sale, are you kidding me? I don't want to lose money on this. They go for $9.99 right now and a bargain at twice the price. And y'all, 3D printing has come a long way. Look at this thing. I don't even think I would know this was 3D printing.
No, I love that it is unbreakable because I really feel like this is so durable and thick, and there's fun little grooves from the 3D printing that really help when you're making your leather.
And it works out for me in the shape of... because some of us are droppers. And what's our soap today?
Our soap today is Ikigai, and it looks like it has a fun kind of Japanese tie-in. I'm excited.
And Holy Caw is one of our favorite artisans and an exclusive with the Razor Company. This is a no-brainer. And plus, I'm an Ikigai. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all. So from the sales page at holycaw.com.
Ikigai is a Japanese concept that refers to one's reason for being or purpose in life. It is derived from two Japanese words, iki meaning life or alive, and gai meaning worth or value. When combined, these terms signify what gives your life worth, meaning, or purpose.
Ikigai is often associated with a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment that comes from pursuing passions and activities that one enjoys, which also bring a sense of accomplishment. Your reason for being you, because you are unique. Your well-being is influenced by mental and emotional health as well as a sense of purpose in life. Scented with notes of things that we're not going to give away yet. Y'all, we were very careful on this one specifically not to look at any of the scent notes, so we are going in blind but excited.
I love the label on this, so I'm really excited to get it out of the box.
This was our Black Friday box from the Razor Company, but we had to get our bowl out. Yeah. Oh, and look at this! We got a note to Marcus and Sarah. You both are legends. Thank you so much for your support from Jason.
Aw, thanks.
We're framing that. Thank you, buddy. That's very sweet. We might have gotten a lot on Black Friday when your invoice comes with a staple.
Luckily, this one was near the top.
I love it. What else did we get? Should we give them some coming attractions?
Yeah.
You did not see the jukebox by McDuff's or Rhymes with Orange, because nothing rhymes with orange, so you didn't actually see that at all. Was there one right now? Oh, and this alien. You didn't see that alien.
He'll hide in the box for now.
That's a UAP. Soulless, you have no solace at all right now.
All right, I think that was it.
I think that was it. We got a couple other goodies, but we got them out already.
We did. All right, here is our wonderful soap, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Stick it out. This here. The creme fraiche base.
Nice.
There we go. Oh, I'm excited to add another one of these to our collection. These scents are amazing. Are you ready for your
I don't know.
first impression? I'm gonna ask you questions about Ikigais, and you're gonna smell it.
It just has such a fun, like, calming vibe. Like, there is just something about the Japanese culture that I thoroughly enjoy, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, we just talked to Mully Shaves, who lives in Japan. He was telling us about living over there, a lot of the customs that they have.
Yeah, one of my clients used to live there, and I love talking to her about that, and I even got to visit, but it was such a short trip. It was just a big tease. Like, it was nothing that I could actually get my teeth into to experience, so I really want to experience.
I'm excited about this, if only because the sales page referenced finding a purpose in life. That's a big deal. Avenue Q on Broadway, a big part of the plot is finding your purpose. There's also a lot of puppets doing a lot of inappropriate things. All right, it's time. Take it in, see what you get.
I'm really intrigued. We've read nothing. So.
I know.
Oh, I forgot they have the little cover thing.
Oh, right. The little
Super
cosmetic
safe in
barrier
here.
for your protection. And there's that beautiful smooth pour. We did ask. They do smooth out the pour in the tub, y'all. This has not been used before.
I'm getting whiffs already. So,
all right, okay.
So
I'm
watch out
here.
if you don't want to know yet. Oh, that one needs a long whiff.
I saw
There's
that.
a lot happening
What'd
here.
you get?
Woo! Okay. there is just a bright, like this orangey color really fits. And the calm kind of dimmer colors. I don't know how. There's awesome spices happening.
Love it.
At first, my brain was like, is that going to turn into a leather or something? And it didn't. And then it was trying to figure, it doesn't go very dark, but it does have a super calming thing that's coming through. So I don't know what spices are doing that, but then it mixes with maybe a fruit or something. I don't think it goes florally, but there's something that's sweet. It's not gourmand. Like I don't want to take a bite of it, but it has that calming, cozy, comforting, sweet thing, which is weird for me to say because we just came from so many holiday ones and I feel like those were our descriptive words. Here it's happening in a very different way. I don't know if it's an apricot. It's something sherbety kind of color that's happening. Like I almost get like a sunrise or sunset image maybe.
Nice.
I feel like it's meant to be more masculine-ish, maybe.
Right.
But the way that my nose is taking it is that I feel like it's almost more feminine as well.
Oh.
So maybe it's meant to just kind of be that
More
vibe
unisex
happening.
Character down the middle.
I mean,
Nice.
at least what we were reading, that makes sense. You are finding your purpose. You're finding, like, there is just something about feeling like your inner compass is aligned. Like you're on the path you're
Right.
supposed to be.
Right.
There's no uncertainty here. There is just that, like, kind of forward motion. Like determination has just been kicked in. You have your path set. You're good to go.
Right.
And I feel like there's like a creamy part in here too. Not white, which I feel like we get a lot. More
Right.
like a creamy, powdery something. It's not in that form. It really is like a mid note.
Right.
Let me see if I can figure it out. I don't think it's a tobacco. I feel like it's more of a spice in the middle.
Right.
Which my brain is really trying to figure out. I'm sure once I read it, I'll be like, oh, I mean, vanilla's in there. There's other creamy, warmer things.
Right.
But there's a magic something in the middle. I feel like it's approaching more of like a saffron spice, like those warmer spices,
right.
I think is what's in the middle. Where
BR 540 kind of thing?
maybe approaching that, like sometimes I confuse that with a tobacco-ish
Yeah,
kind of
right.
scent. So it's something in there. It's
Right.
staying throughout my whiff the whole time.
Yeah.
Then there's something sweeter at the top, and there's just something super calming at the bottom. It's not a lavender. Like I feel like if I say calming, people are going to assume
Yeah.
that. It's more that cozy, almost approaching a charcoaly thing.
Right.
But
Oh.
I don't know if that's in the base, but it's something like that that's coming through
Interesting.
too.
Gotcha. Is there a prevalent note? Is it kind of a citrusy scent? If you
No.
had to like nail it down?
I think that's why I'm going with the saffron-ish.
Gotcha.
There's something close to that, like an
Okay.
herby sort of saffron-y kind of thing in the middle
Right,
that
right.
stays throughout for
How
me.
sweet is it?
It's interesting. I want to say it's sweeter, but it's not a gourmand sweet.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if it's done with more of a vanilla or something that's maybe a sweeter floral.
Ah.
But you don't want to take a bite of it. But
Gotcha.
it does have almost like a honey sweet action happening.
Right.
At least right off the puck.
Well, y'all, I want to go up to this Ikigai and take a sniff.
Yeah,
and
I
see
think you
what
should.
find. All right, here we go. Shaking plan.
Dab your nose.
Whoa! Okay. Let's have a grown-up conversation. Holy Caw is one of those artisans that does a phenomenal job of blurring the lines between cologne dupes and shaving soap original scents. Because I find that the shaving soap original scents, are more explorative of those scent notes themselves. Do you want to really dive into the apple? Do you want to really explore the tobacco? And then your blends that come from Creed or Tom Ford are more about creating an entirely new personality out of those scent notes that you wouldn't even necessarily even recognize a single ingredient inside. And what I love from the moment we opened New York is that line is totally blurred. There are scent notes to enjoy and discover, but there is also a phenomenal perfumer's blend coming at you that invite you to meet this new personality. And with this one, giving you the sales page for this is more of that guy who is put together, ready for the day. In the dried, herby, grassy parts of this, which are absolutely beguiling, I get a little bit of that Creed Silver Mountain Water idea, but only 10 to 20%. And then it goes into browner colors for me. It goes into a sweeter character. But I kind of love that that's where it starts, because for me, that was the doorman of something familiar that I sort of knew. But then it opens it up to this whole world of woods and spices and things going on in this. Whoa. And then on the other side is something as opposite of Silver Mountain Water as possible. Rich, creamy, sweet, inviting on the other side. And it's letting those pull against each other. Woo! Something that's in the center of 1 million elixir, it's in a little bit of New York, I think, from Holy Ka, is in the center of this. Something beautifully man-made in its spices, but beautifully alluring to the nose.
I think that was the saffron-y-ish kind of thing I was
that
getting.
could
I
be.
don't know.
Oh, and this is interesting. If you're looking for it to be intense, it's there. And if you're looking for it to be a little lighter in balance, it's somehow there too. It has a way of taming itself. In these, whoa.
I think that's why I took such a long whiff at the beginning.
Right. And then something just gorgeously inviting and soapy and sort of bubblegumish underneath all of it. So you were right. It does not go to patchouli. It does not go to tobacco, I don't think. Not in a traditional heavy way.
Right.
But I just get a gorgeous soapy sort of quality in the middle/base notes of this.
Because you were asking me earlier, like, how sweet it was, and I don't want to take a bite of it, but it does have that kind of sweet, charming side to it.
And it is the vibe of a place, and it's the vibe of a character. So I think it's kind of one of those environments where you can't separate one from the other. And the sense for me of being somewhere delightfully new. So if you ever get invited to like the grand opening of a brand new building that somehow ties into luxury, a spa, a hotel, there is that sort of charm of brand new carpets, brand new draperies, brand new paint on the walls. Everything has a beautiful, clean, sweet scent to it, is somehow encapsulated in this too. Well, I think it has to do with the notion from the sales page
Yeah, I was thinking
about
that.
having found your purpose in life. And if you could somehow bottle the sense of satisfaction you get from that, that's what this is alluding to. So I think those drier grasses from the Silver Mountain water are what's opening the door and almost looking back onto the journey of finding your purpose. And then everything else sweet and creamy and rewarding in here offsets that. So it's almost like you can't sense the light without remembering the dark times.
Yeah.
That's what this has got in it.
Yep.
And I kind of want to look at the scent notes because I'm now getting that honey note that you were mentioning. Let's take a look. This is as charming as New York.
It does. It's funny. I didn't want to. It's not the same.
No.
But the vibe that I get of knowing that it's Holy Ka and the quality and type of scent, they're definitely cousins.
And it was our 3rd episode ever. Y'all, we went from 2 episodes a week to 6. That's how good our first 3 soaps were, and New York was a giant part of that.
It's true.
Wow. All right, so back to the sales page.
Okay.
And Holy Cow, what are our scent notes?
All right. Top notes of pink pepper.
Right.
Grapefruit.
I would never have suspected grapefruit, but what a beautiful, savory addition to
And
this
I was
that
getting
is.
that like sunset image, so that makes sense with that
That's
color.
the citrus, without having to go so sweet as it's orange or something like that.
Oh, and there is lavender. That's funny. I was wrong. I said I don't think there's lavender.
I know, that's awfully rare. And then,
Artemisia.
I love that. Artemisia. Warm and herbaceous. This might be where your honey note is coming from. And then, moving on.
With muted tones of ginger. That's more the spice.
That's what's going on. And I love how it's effervescent to the nose. That ginger spice is a thing. And then,
And leather. And we were right. In between and grounded by notes of oud, musk, amber, and vanilla. So there isn't saffron, but that kind of leathery thing's there.
Okay, backing up because I don't even have the strength for those last 4. Ginger and leather. Y'all, it is a beautiful, suede leather. This is that favorite jacket broken in. I love that. Does not go so dark as it becomes like a saddle leather, although we love those. That is not what's in here.
And something about the magic with the ginger and the leather, that's adding a different kind of spice action.
Very often I am pointed in their direction when they list those notes together. They did it for a reason. And then those last 3 or 4.
All right, base notes. We have oud, musk,
Yep.
amber, and vanilla.
Those are your shadows. And let's start with the oud because it is not a danky oud.
No,
What are you
and
getting?
when I first mentioned, I'm like, I know there's a base to it. It's not too dark, and that's how they're doing it.
Yeah, and then that musk is more of the clean laundry side of things.
Yes, and the amber goes back to the ginger leather friends going on,
Yep.
and there is vanilla. I knew there was something like creamy, sweet, but it wasn't like so sweet you'd want to take a bite.
Right, and the amber is giving a sense of powder in here, where if you said this was a barbershop in Japan, I don't think we'd throw you out of bed. And then finally, vanilla, but they didn't go too crazy, and you can generally tell by the level of oxidation on top of the soap. The darker it gets, the more vanilla's in it. So think Candy Cane by Sterling. That has all the vanilla in it. And you know, how is this different from New York? What do you get? I get like a more of a grounding sense to it. I get a little bit more of the warmer spices.
The New York to me is more masculine. Like it just,
Right.
it does go more into that almost approaching cologne vibe, the leathers and stuff. That clean side that you were mentioning is in here, but it's different. It's there. I feel like I'm more in like a business suit. There's just something a little bit more dressed up about the scent.
And this is a little creamier, a little more on the natural side, where New York is a little bit more of the man-made cologne senses and things. Ooh, yo, well, we might learn a little bit more about this if we take it down a step or two. Let's take this deeper. And would you like to show the bottom of this phenomenal leather bowl? Look at this. I love that logo on there.
And then there's a nice little, on the inside of the bowl, it is actually a little lift to those little ridges there.
And these bowls work exceptionally well. So, y'all, let's take a look at how the soap is going to come out of the container. Oh, beautiful soft soap. You can see the stearic acid going on in here, y'all. Work's been done. So, y'all, when we lather with this phenomenal bowl from TRC, which I did yesterday, we smush the soap into the ridges themselves as if we're trying to grind chocolate into carpet. And then we grab our bougie sprayer. Y'all, I wouldn't have thought this would have been such an invaluable tool standing at my shave mirror, but it really is. And we're going to give this 9 or 10 sprays. Yes, that many, because this is quite a thirsty soap from Holy Caw in a delightful way. It's the creme fraiche formula. And then we're going to take my Mystery Machine inspired brush from Craig at Opus Brush. This is one of our favorites. And we're going to go forward. We're going to go backward. We're going to let the water from that bloom get onto those bristles and help the soap start to permeate them. But there's going to come a point, you say, where it looks like no more soap is coming up on the brush. Push down, a little backbone going, but still, that soap is pretty much staying there. Well, step into my office. We're going to rotate this brush 25%. An entirely new crop of bristles are now going to be able to take aim at that soap and bring it onto them. Look at that. More is disappearing. Forwards, backwards, and then turn it again. Another 25%. What we're really doing is giving those bristles, those round bristles, a different orientation against the soap in the bowl and loading it all up into that brush. And then just about the time I know that only about 10% of that soap is left in the bowl, we're going to go down and get the rest of that water, sop it up into the bristles like a biscuit on gravy. And now you are either ready for the best shave lather, leg lather of your life, or we're going to go to town in this lather bowl. Here we go. Oh, look at the color.
It's already
kind of a creaminess.
It does.
to
It has a little bit of that creamy tint to it.
And y'all see that spirograph pattern it's kind of making at the bottom of the bowl now? It needs a little bit more water is going to go in here. There is no shame in having to add a little more water to your lather. Y'all, the best of us have to do it from time to time. And y'all, I love a thicker consistency to my lathers because the job of lather is to hold water against your moneymaker. And I love it when you've actually got tiny bubbles in a yogurt because that means that your coverage is going to be complete and safe. How long does this take? How much time are you cutting out of this episode? 2 or 3 minutes, like the length of a good song. Oh, and I am getting whole new things coming out.
Sweet.
The creaminess factor in this is amazing. So, y'all, this is something you will only find here on the Barbershop Duet. This is the East meets West with on 3, 1, 2. Oh, interesting.
It got much brighter there.
It did, and a little bit lighter in intensity, but it spread out those scent notes in a very beautiful way. Oh,
Like
this is
the ginger side is a
Right,
thing too.
right.
And the grapefruit happening.
Smell that.
She woke
balance. Got a little sandy, a little rocky for me.
I feel like it's just, this has more of a starting the day scent, where earlier you were mentioning New York, and that was more of an evening going out vibe to me.
Right, and chaos, that's for 3:30 a.m. Oh, such a friendly scent, but such a put-together one at the same time.
Like if someone smelled like this and they walked by you, you would want to get to know that person.
Right.
There's something cool in that scent that's coming through.
And maybe even a little bit of a vintage sense in here, just to keep it nostalgic and traditional.
Yeah, the leather has a cool personality in this.
Right. And you know, talk about finding your purpose in life. Let's have a real grown-up conversation, because my brain first started showing me people who have found their purpose in life, like Steve Jobs. And I'm like, wait a minute. This doesn't smell like that.
No.
This doesn't smell like that kind of success. Because in Japan, that is not exactly how they measure success. This is more of somebody who has found his true purpose, even if it's something small or seemingly insignificant. It's important to some people.
Right.
Well, like the wet shaving hobby. So for me, this is not the pursuit of money. This is not the kind of guy that comes up to me at the board meeting with his hand already out and his business card in the other hand. This is different. This is a woodworker. This is somebody who makes pottery. This is somebody who makes shaving something. This is an artist, but this is somebody who sleeps well at night because they are deeply contented in a way that money can't bring. Is that a good way to describe this?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, both of us have worked corporate jobs, and we've loved to go to teaching and doing things that we really do love.
We're way more broke, but we are much happier.
So oddly, I think this scent really speaks deeper to us just because we have been in that path. And when you read Purpose in Life, the average person is expected to be like, what is in your bank account to show you're, successful?
Right.
But we are on a different path, knowing that we're going with how many people we get to help in a day or something.
This is not the scent of an Amazon executive. This is the scent of Jim Henson when he first strapped on Kermit the Frog. That's this.
And those people are oddly, to me, much braver people.
Right.
They're willing to not have to worry what is in the bank account, but that their purpose is to give life to their imagination and bring it into the world.
And some of our favorite soap artisans got into the business because they were broken on hard times and just wanted to follow their hearts. And they are some of the most successful today. So doesn't that tell you that your Ikigai is rather important?
Painting with scents instead of just colors, bringing to life that actual feeling of contentment that you are on the right path.
Yeah. And a lot of our soaps being unobtainium are kind of like a museum in our bathroom of things that you can't get, but we never want to forget how they smelled or how fun it was to make these episodes with y'all.
I'm actually really glad we're starting the new year with a scent and a purpose like this. Like, it just reminds you your why somehow.
And a beautiful, creamy sense that lingers under all of it. Wow.
This is a good friend to have on those days where, we're both artists, but leaning into that part of our life is not always normal to the outside world. And I think this scent really kind of goes with it.
Yep. And when we watch a Texan Shaves, we love watching Barry take those razors to his dome, but we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet. We did realize that you might like to see how the lather covers the face. Are you a painter? Because look at this. This is for you.
There you go.
Unreal. Do you want to try some?
I do. I really
I'm
do.
not even
She wants to too.
You got plenty there on that brush.
Oh,
for
it's
good
such
friends.
a nice, good feeling lather. I forgot this was the creme fraiche one. We haven't used this one as much.
You can tell. If you've never put creme fraiche in your mashed potatoes, I invite you. And your scrambled eggs. Put creme fraiche in your scrambled eggs. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be living not far from the Pixar movie studios. You're going to be sitting in the Luxo Cafe with your friend Brianna, and she's going to be telling you all the secret stuff about Pixar that they don't get on the normal tour. And just about the time you get around to Bug's Life and how much you love that movie, she's going to say, that's based on the Seventh Samurai, and just about the time your brain explodes, you're going to get your own. So head over to therazorcompany.com where you'll find this and a ton of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Ikigai, and it was that same sensation I got when I first smelled New York from Holy Caw. Something so beautiful, so new, so outside the box, so beguiling. But this is done with more naturals, more things from outside, more of a sense of coolness from the breeze, and more of a sense of warmth from the spices. I am loving this. And you know what? Let's have a grown-up conversation about that creme fraiche lather. I can sense it. It is a creamier shave on my face. Almost the same sense as putting actual sour cream on. How good that would feel. That is the consistency of this for me. Thank you, Sri Holy Caw and the Razor Company. We will be back. Lainey watches these episodes with us, so if I can just say, Lainey, get him! Get him! Get him! We want to see what she does. Welcome to Messages!
So for our January giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get one of the inaugural soaps that just dropped at Adopted Acre Soap Company.
Yeah, y'all, it's gone live over on Etsy, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to wesetYou@thebarbershopduet.com so that we can get back to you. It is the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on our first February episode when we have our Alexa help us choose our lucky winner on the show.
Best of luck!
It's one of my top 3 Holy Caws.
I agree.
This is fabulous. I love this. And I think delightfully unisex, too. Like you said, this has feminine elements. It has masculine elements. Mostly just a put-together person who knows what they're doing today.
Right, and there's something magic about the leather here, and I think it kind of plays back now that we spent time with it. What you were talking earlier about the artist, like the woodworker, someone that's going to handcraft that leather, that's going to take the time to put the love into it's coming through.
We have a couple of little metrics that we're bringing into this section rather slowly. One of them is the crowd-pleasing factor. But I want to start something else, because sometimes we will smell a soap that is not crowd-pleasing, but is absolutely magical to our noses. Think Indigo Oud from Shannon Soaps.
Right.
I want to start a magical scale.
Okay.
Because sometimes when a soap is super hard to describe, it's because it has even more magic inside it than normal. And how do you describe magic? This has that.
Yeah.
And I'd put this at like a 6.5 or a 7 on the magic scale.
I agree. There's something, you read that scent note list and you think you kind of have a better judgment of what that will be, but there's something here that's like a secret sauce that is not something you would just walk by on a shelf and smell.
Right. David Copperfield's greatest illusions were just metal and wood, so it's about how they put it together, and this has got that magic for me.
Okay, so now that we've got the magic scale, are there other ones from Holy Caw that we need to get onto our schedule this year? So let us know in the comments, because we might need to add to our list, you know?
There is magic.
Yeah,
Chaos had a ton of magic. It was just dark magic.
Yeah, don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.